Down and okay, or like normal, or
Yeah,
You're a
normal.
little off.
what do you mean by a little off? A bit
Um,
quieter,
I don't
or
know. Probably a bit more of a slight echo, more basic type.
oh, it is a different.
It's manly. Yeah.
Yes. I did feel that my Logitech microphone was very nasally. Like when I go back and listen to the recordings and such of us playing, I don't know. I just feel like I sound like I'm talking through my nose.
Oh no, that's just you.
That's just me. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Glad.
It hurts. Why did they tell me? No, it's not that bad.
Got a bit of a session planned today. Should be good. I hope it's good.
Oh, that's
Hello.
if Bondi shows up.
Hey,
Hey, Jonah.
The bunny's dead, he told me.
Oh, nice. Oh,
Don't
so
do that.
all of September, I'm away. I'll be in Europe. So
Cool.
if we want to sub out or something, I'm all good
Well,
just for that.
we're just fresh off a 4-week break, so I think we could survive 4 weeks.
Yeah, I don't know. But, you know, if you guys want to keep playing, I don't mind if you sub me out for a little bit.
And to be fair, it's only 2 weeks anyway, because if we do every fortnight.
yeah.
Yeah.
Only like a couple of weeks. It's not like it's crazy.
Oh, goodness. All of September, guys.
Going for a holiday?
Yep, going to Europe for a whole month. It's going to be epic.
Where are you going?
Flying into Paris, then up through Brussels, Amsterdam, Berlin, Munich. Haven't figured out Switzerland yet, but something in there. Then Venice, down to the Amalfi Coast, then back up to Rome. So that'll be fucking epic.
Cool.
Yeah, nice.
We're waiting on the Bundy. I'll be right back.
Sure.
If the Bundy's gonna die, can we at least sacrifice him in some glorified manner?
You reach the bottom of the mine. There is a lava pit. With a sign that says sacrifices.
Oh, we could sacrifice him to Fuzzy's god. Oh, no, you could have a fight, Fuzzy, with Jonah, and winner gets to sacrifice to their god, or I don't know what warlocks call it, thing.
Skill.
Fuzzy makes a sacrifice in his god's name and gets struck down by his unhappy god.
And then comes back with one life.
No, but if
So the
it's
god
like,
has to strike me down again.
if it's Fuzzy's god, he'll be all like, "Oh, you got rid of that evil from the world." The guy who tries to loot literally every.
Oh, we're playing D&D on the weekend with the girls. And I had one of the guys attacking Devay. He has a multi-attack. And behind the screen, I rolled double crit.
Oh,
I was like,
I need
okay.
a screen.
He was like, she had like 3 hit points left. I was like, just staring at the dice. So he hits you once.
We had a guy sub out for a day because he had to do stuff. So we said, you know, we properly put it in the story. You know, after that last battle, he was tired and he just wanted to rest because we only do like hour sessions. So it's pretty much walk through a cave, fight something, that's done.
Yep.
So they were in the big boss battle, the final boss, and they were going so poorly. And I'm like, shit, they haven't got the ads down and the boss is still to come. I'm like, I don't want a total wipe while he's not here. So he was a paladin, so I had him do like a suicide charge at the boss to knock it down for a second. And on the way through, burnt all his lay on hands on everyone. He's just slapping them on the way through. He comes back and he's like, the fuck am I on 1 health? The fuck? Where's all my lay on hands pool? The fuck? And yeah, so pretty much topped up the 2 guys taking all the hits at the front and knocked the boss down for a round. And even then, I had to like fudge a couple of rolls to not have them all die.
Yeah, immediately.
It was exciting. Yeah. It was so fucking close. Like, oh. So the guy we had come in, he'd never played before. He made a cleric.
Yeah.
And, the aim was he was going to be a healsy cleric, because their tank was gone. He's normally a paladin.
Yeah.
So, armor, why not? Heals. So he essentially made a fire mage instead of, he didn't have a single fucking heal, didn't have any abilities that could heal, and he's just going around doing like burning hands or stuff because he's got like a full spell slot pool to burn through in one battle. So he's just going, I burn everything, and everyone's just like, can we have heals? He's like, I can't do that. I don't know how. And everyone was pissed as fuck at him. It was great.
Hello, to Bondi.
Hello,
How you going?
I'm well.
Did you guys miss D&D?
I got to
Dude.
play it. I'm happy.
Work's got a party that's trying to organise, and they're having a lot of trouble getting people to be there regular. I said, well, maybe to do that, have the irregulars there as your core party, then everyone sort of write a backstory for them to pop in and out. Use them like Pokemon. Some of them like beasts
We
for a
did that with
specific fight.
DeVay's friend. So DeVay's friend has now joined in on 3 games that we've played.
What
And
Pokemon is she?
hey, she's a ranger, and she's gone the companion build, the Beastmaster.
Oh yeah, it could just basically be standing there behind the trees when she's not there.
Yeah, and she's got a friggin' was it the pterodactyl? It's not called a pterodactyl, but it's basically the dinosaur winged bird as her beast. It's got like a 20 to 25 foot wingspan, which is really funny when she's in like a dungeon like she was in on the weekend. But yeah, so she sort of drops in and drops out, and I'll either say, all right, I'll talk to her before we start and say, what do you think you've been doing? And I'll say, this is like all the quests that are available in the town. So she basically knows more about the game than what these other two, and then she'll go, all right, I think going and talking to this person sounds good. And so she'll get the quest from that person, and then she meets up with the other two, Devay and Kel, at some point in the dungeon. Like they'll just find her randomly already in there. And then she'll join the party until she leaves, and then they'll generally go up and stay at the tavern, and she rests there at the tavern, and if they happen to be in town again, they'll pick it back up from there. Otherwise, I'll write in some way that basically she randomly appears back in the dungeon again. So it's quite easy to do the drop in, drop out.
We were just going to do it with experience points. And if you're there, you get experience. If you're not, too bad.
I level her up to the level that they're at, so they're all the same level. Because otherwise, you could potentially, if your game goes long enough, and you play it that way, you could potentially have 3 or 4 level 8 characters, and with a gazillion spell slots and all these feats, and can do all this awesome stuff, and then a level 3 character who can like just barely tame a bird.
That motherfucker should play more. Stop whinging.
Whatever. Sorry, it's got to. I close the tab and I've got to pull it back up, but we'll get started in a sec.
I can't afford to die again.
You just rested. Can't you afford to die? Oh no, you. Did you get reduced?
We were in battle.
Did you get reduced to
And
0?
I did, and I relentlessly striking came back up with 1. And then I laid on hands myself.
Ah, okay.
So I like half health.
Sorry, I thought you guys did a bit better. Totally forgot about that.
We did. I was
No.
the only one who took damage, so better.
That last fight was a schmozzle.
There's a bit of a cluster.
What was the last fight again?
You had
Bondi hung a cultist from a tree.
Oh yeah, that one.
yeah,
With the snakes, the cultists and the snakes.
Yeah,
Yeah. We were terrible.
Bondi did alright. Rolled all the good stuff.
We
No one
needed
else
him to-
wanted to take fire damage. Stupid snakes.
Hey, Daddy. Were you recording this stream just now?
Yeah. Why?
I think I was just paying for something, and I had my credit card in front of me, and I feel like the details might have been.
No, I have a blank picture. Your webcam's on the screen. You're fine.
Oh, okay, cool.
He's lying. He's going to
Yeah.
buy drugs and shit later tonight.
Can you read those numbers out to me just to make sure that they weren't put on
I
a
like
site?
the 3-digit number on the back too, please.
We should check the expiry while we're at it. You know, we don't want you
Just gotta
buying
make
something
sure.
that won't.
Just in case there are issues, what was your address while you're at it?
Oh, just keep the jokes coming, guys. It's not getting old.
Okay, if we have to.
Thank you.
Ah, to Bundy. They're hiring people at my work if you want a job as a developer.
How much are you paying?
Yeah, probably about 100 to 110.
You're a bit far out, though.
Yep. And that's why they're hiring. Because no one fucking... They're like, oh yeah, we'll work that. Oh, it's a bit far out. Fuck.
How much did you say an hour?
100 grand.
Yeah, dickhead.
Oh, I thought you said 100 to 105 an hour, and I'm like, yeah, I might do that.
Nah, I'd be like fucking schooling up and learning how to do that job.
Come be a contractor up in Canberra. I got one for just a level 3 sysad, $700 a day, including super.
I'm in. I'll do it. I'll come up. Like, when do you want me to start? On Monday? Like, I'm in.
You can get those, and it's a 12-month contract with 12-month extension, so it's about 180 a year with super.
I'm in.
So,
do
is
you
my
want me to call my
webcam not
boss now?
streaming you guys?
Hey, I've just switched it to it now. Is that okay?
Oh, so I just wasn't on your screen before.
Correct.
Good.
Cool. Alright. I have a last time to read out. Yeah. You guys arrived back in Berein from the Wizard Tower. And you found a large crowd questioning Ander at the guardhouse and what was about missing people and what was being done. Ander was dodging the questions mostly. However, you did question him about what was going on, and he directed you guys to talk to Rebecca, who was in her office. When you got to Rebecca's office, Liam was also in there as well. And after a brief talk, you found out that 3 guardsmen didn't return from their shift the previous night, and quite a few people around the town didn't return from working in the mine, on top of increased reports of more missing people within the town. And Rebecca is struggling to keep everybody calm. Unbeknownst to you guys in the room, Dodrick stole 2 rolls of parchment that were sealed with a wax emblem, and the other half of the sending stones from Liam. One roll of parchment turned out to be a scroll of fireball, while the other one was a letter to a neighbouring town for help. Now, you guys agreed to help investigate the mine, and you left her office to rest for the night at your house. And during the night, you guys were woken up to a large boom that echoed across the town. And Lefner left the house to find a woman running along the road towards him, asking for help. Up the road, a homestead is aflame, and 2 cultists with 2 snakes leaving a burning trail were in pursuit. And quickly, you guys set an ambush using one as a distraction, and a fight followed with Dodrick necking one of the cultists with a lasso and hanging him in the tree while the others killed off the remaining enemies. And after the battles, you guys looted the corpses, and Lefner found a piece of paper with what looks to be a map.
Alright.
Now, I have the map for you guys, and I'll send it to you now.
Daddy, how come your webcam is so bad quality and your mic seems really bad too? Is your internet?
Not using the mic on the headset because it is stuffed. The webcam, not sure why that's so terrible. It was looking okay before.
Aha, I'm not the worst now.
Yeah, I've got to buy a new microphone. But yeah, at the moment, just making do with the webcam mic. If it sounds absolutely horrible, let me know and I'll boost it up a little bit. But there's not much I can do until then. So I'll flick that to you guys.
Switch behind the torch. Okay. Does this room layout look familiar to a room or cave system that we've been in?
I'll get you to roll a history check.
Wait, where are we? What?
So there's a map in the chat of the Discord call.
I got a 9.
A 9? No, it does not feel familiar.
Okay.
It has rail tracks, so it's in the mine.
Yeah, it's in the mine we were in very early on. That's why I was asking that. If the layout doesn't look familiar, then okay.
We were really lazy at getting through that cave. You gotta remember, we just beelined it for the front door.
We just gotta find where the torch is, and then there's a switch behind it.
Do we still have the explosive? If we still have dynamite, we can blow a hole in the cave and open it up.
I think the dirty monk ran off with it.
Oh yeah.
Fucking monk. If we ever see him, we're gonna neck him.
I've got the rope to do it too.
So what time of day is it? Because we got woken up
It's
by...
early in the morning. It's around 4 in the morning.
Okay.
You guys did rest quite early in the evening yesterday. So you completed your long rest with quite a fair bit of time to spare. Now, looking around right now, so after the fight has finished, the smell of smoke is starting to really notice it, and you hear the distant ring of a large church bell. Scanning the area, you see townsfolk fleeing from amongst their homes. Down the road, there's sort of a T intersection where the road finishes and you've got a road going from left to right. You can see what looks to be a single guardsman wearing the town guard uniform, limping along the road. His arm is stained red and he clutches his waist. He is shouting at whoever can hear him. And you hear, "Everybody move out, get to the tavern across the river. It's safe there." Looking further above him, between the rooftops, you see another homestead which is lit aflame. And a quick scan of the town, you guys are on a bit of a higher, sort of a slight hill, so you've got a good look down over the town. You can see that there's several more fires raging over the town, and billowing black smoke is rising up into the sky, into the night sky.
We should have got drunk for breakfast.
So it was just coming on dawn, yeah? So the sun's just come up?
You're still a couple of hours from dawn. It's about 4 in the morning.
Alright.
Dawn's usually around 7ish, 7:30.
Well, everyone's fleeing to the tavern. Do you want to make some money there?
I don't think they'll be in that mood, No, they'll all be poor people. To Bondi, they're all going to the tavern. Do you want to, free shit?
Do I want to what?
Go on.
Free shit. All the harems will be empty.
Did you know the only people who survive the war are thieves? The thieves become the rich.
Looting.
Is the guard still inside, yelling his stuff?
Yes, he's moving towards the left. In a few minutes, or not a few minutes, but a few seconds, he'll be out of sight and moving his way towards the east.
All right, I run up to him and ask him, "Where's the danger?"
I also run up to the guard.
So you're asking where the danger is?
Yeah. Where did you come from? How are you injured? All that sort of shit.
So when you get close, you can see that the wound is quite serious. There's a huge stained, like his uniform is very stained. And now, actually, before we continue, who is wearing their guard outfit and who is not?
I'm wearing my normal leather.
No.
Yeah, I'm wearing my heavy shit.
I might be. Hang on.
Could I be wearing
no.
a uniform under my mail and just not count the? Well, you can't sort of wear the two arm.
No, it's one or the other, I believe, because it's a leather armor set. You wouldn't be able to wear your plate over the top.
Yeah. I on my character sheet, I've got my normal leather ticked.
Okay, so you guys.
I might be wearing it, but I have it in the bag.
So the guardsmen, you
pull it
guys are just sort of posing as adventurers, really. And he sees you guys and says that the guardhouse isn't safe. I've been hurt from there. We need to move to the tavern. Please, if you can make your way towards the tavern. I'm trying to round up as many people as we can. We are under attack.
I want to have a go at this. So I tell him we've been working with Rebecca for weeks. You've probably heard about us. We solved the mine puzzle. We saved you. And we've just come back from the Wizard Tower. We were talking to her yesterday on an adventure. That was, that's the right timeline. I don't know, it's been too long.
Yeah, it was yesterday,
We need to quickly find her and, figure out what's happening.
He says, "Oh, if you've been working with Rebecca, then we could use your help." Hold on, sorry, just been distracted by something. We could use your help. The guardhouse is currently under attack by hooded figures, and there was some sort of dog or hell which was on fire. It ripped into one of the guardsmen and slew him almost straight away. If you could help, that'd be great. I'm trying to find anybody who is able to go back and lend assistance.
That might be a different cult to what we're used to. Ours usually have snakes, so different cult. We'll move on.
Otherwise, Rebecca is trying to fortify the tavern, or the tavern area.
What has wounded you?
I was wounded by the cultists with the dog of fire.
Why would we want to go back to the guardhouse to defend?
Well, we got three options. We can go to the tavern.
Yeah, I'm just trying to put up the town map because I'll actually let you guys tell me where you go.
So we can try and track down the mine. We can go to the guardhouse and fight a hellhound, or we can go to the tavern and have a nice big pint and wait for this to blow.
How about the tavern to have a pint?
Looking around you, there are sort of screams of panic as women, men, children are sort of rushing out of their homes. They're seeing the town's on fire, and there's a lot of panic. A few are sort of saying, you can hear, get to the other side of the river. We're grouping there to be safe. So that's what you're hearing.
I pull the guard close and reach for his wound, and then cast Cure Wounds. Can I do that?
You what, sorry?
Are you allowing it?
Yeah.
Cast Cure Wounds on it. Like I reach in because it's a touch.
Yep. So do you want to roll your dice and tell me what you heal?
7 heals.
7 heals. So you reach out and you touch his wound. And you do stem up quite a fair bit of the bleeding. You don't close the wound in its entirety, but he stands up. The pain is clearly sort of left him. Thank you for that. Thank you. If you would help me, I'd like to go back to the guardhouse and to see if my companions are okay.
So on the map, the guardhouse is the stockade, yeah?
Yes.
And he's saying everyone needs to head towards the stonemason's tavern.
Yeah, so if you roll
Okay.
20, so the guardhouse is the big building on the left, and Ripsky's tavern is the big building on the right, the number 6.
Okay.
Can we see guards and stuff going towards the tavern? Like, does it look like it'll hold out, kind of thing? Like, that's where most people are going, obviously.
Now, how do I ping a spot on this? What was the button? Is it control click? Yeah. So you guys
It's hold left click.
hold left click. You guys at the red point there. That's where your player house is, and that's where you've just fought your previous fight. So it gets you to roll perception.
I got a 1.
A 1? No, the streets are too narrow where you are. You don't see any other guards members.
Well, we're really close to the thing, so I vote follow him. See if we can get some more allies. See if we can get an army to go attack.
Yeah, I agree. I think we
where
can
was
take
the
him.
entrance to the mine?
It's the road that runs up to the north by the river. So the mine entrance is around there.
Yeah. So I asked the guard, do you think they're all coming from the mine? We believe that, there's a chance that's where they're coming.
I don't know. They all just sort of set upon us at a single, a single point. We generally don't guard or protect ourselves from the rear. Generally man the fencing at the front of the town. So yeah, they could well have come from there, but we're not sure at this point. We're still just trying to bed down, stop the panic, and just hold some ground.
Yeah, well, I'd prefer to go to the stockade, but tavern sounds good if we want to, protect the people and see what Rebecca wants to do.
He wants to go back to the stockade.
Yeah.
Let's go to the stockade then.
Jug vote stockade.
Stockade.
For the front line.
Looking at where we were towards the stockade, if we skipped the roads and went like in between the houses behind it to the stockade, is that possible?
Yes. Give me a second.
You want to attack the attackers.
I'm just trying to find a
attack us
token
in the
for you
rear.
guys to drag and move around. So yeah, now advanced. Edit. It's that button.
That little dice roller thing on the side's cool.
It's always with that.
Yeah, that's what I've been using.
Just pressing buttons instead of pressing the slash right.
Yeah.
Paper can do it too.
There you go. You guys can now control your little token on the map. You can drag him around. So if you want to show me which way you want to go.
You guys good for going in up? Oh, we're all in control. Yeah, are we all good to go in like this kind of little gap in between and then in through the front door? Or I don't know. Yeah, I figure ambush should be best.
Sure.
And we've got a rogue that can do the ambush in there.
I'm with
Yeah,
it.
stab.
Okay. So heading that way.
Yep, and bring our friend with us. Tell him to hand back.
Alright. Are you moving stealthily? Slowly?
Devon, do you want to like lead the way and because you're a stealth ninja.
Sure. I'll stealthily lead the way and try and give hand signals to the people.
leading up the rear?
Not Chug. Oh no, Chug at the back. Yeah, because he's makes a lot of.
I'll be second.
I'll go in between, I guess.
Alright. Can I get everybody to make a stealth check, please? Chug, you with disadvantage.
$18.
I got a 20 and a 10.
Terrible.
I got 17.
I got a 6.
A 6. Dodrick, you lead everybody through the back of the houses. Can you roll a perception check as you check for anybody suspicious?
21.
You go through the back of the houses. You hear the sounds and cries of the town. There's a bit of screaming coming out over the horizons and such, but you don't see any immediate danger or anybody looking suspicious in your immediate vicinity. Just the sounds of battle and such being waged across the town. As you get closer to the guardhouse, you can hear like, and you just hear sort of like this wet sort of slapping sound and tearing sound as you get close.
It's an angry dog.
It'd be another fucking hellhound.
It still only counts as one.
Right, Chug, make a hole in the wall.
I do have a mining pick, so might be that excuse.
We don't need a mining pick. Chug can just run at it. No. Are there any windows, DM?
Yes, there are a couple of windows. Yes.
Do one of the windows look like I could scale it and have a look in? And do the window that I can scale look like it might have sound like it's close to the hell?
So you're looking for a window that you can fit in?
Yeah,
Yep.
or at least look through.
Yep. There are several windows that have... the windows of the guardhouse are very tall sort of slits, mostly for firing arrows out of and such should anybody ever need to sort of hold up in the place. You do find a couple of these slits and you can see in. And you look into the foyer area that you guys normally go and speak to Ander and such. I'll give you a roll perception check.
22.
22. You look and see what looks to be a person slumped up at the far end of the wall, sort of is seated up against the wall, facing you. You see a good deal of red on the armor. You see 2 bodies on the floor and a large sort of glowing orange and yellow sort of dog-like creature tearing into one of the bodies.
Who's carrying the dynamite?
Forest.
My man. I
I feel like someone should throw me the dynamite.
I can throw you the magic dice.
I don't want dice, I want dynamite.
I thought. Well, the monk had it that is no longer with it.
Didn't we say
Don't
that
you want?
someone had some dynamite?
Yeah, and you remembered that Forrest was the one that walked away with it.
Fuck.
Yeah.
You can't trust elves.
Let me check my inventory.
You sure you don't want to throw the ivory conjuring? Could do something random.
Do we need to attune to that? Would that be possible, DM? I could throw the dice against the thing in the room while not losing the dice, or do I have to throw it in?
So the die, you sort of just roll it. You think of a target, you roll the die, and depending on what side you get is what spell gets cast. So it's sort of like you just roll it in front of you, and then you get to cast the spell from you.
Right. Well, sure, let's do it. Throw me the die.
I throw it in a way that it does not trigger its action at the bonding.
Yep.
Well done. And I roll the die against the helmet. And it should be surprised. Because I'm stealthy and shit. DM, what happens? Go.
Roll a d6. Buzzy's got the item.
I got a 5.
5 is grease. Grease duration 1 minute. Slick grease covers the ground in a 10-foot square radius center on the point within range and turns into difficult terrain for the duration. When grease appears, each creature standing in the area must succeed on a dex saving throw or fall prone. A creature that enters the area or ends its turn there must also succeed a dex saving throw or fall prone.
Is grease flammable or inflammable?
That's what I'm just checking. I don't think it is flammable. I don't think it's flammable.
Everything is flammable.
So I'm looking at charge.
You wanted a hole in your guardhouse too bad. We just blew it.
I don't think it is.
I have something else I'd like to do.
Alright, so let me just bring up my monster first. Now, you cast grease on the dog.
Yeah.
Yep. Sorry, Fuzzy, what was the dexterity for it? Oh, it fails anyway.
It doesn't say.
It doesn't say.
It's dex saving throw.
Alright, so you roll the die, and then this huge grease puddle just appears around the flaming dog inside the guardhouse there, and just immediately, just on all fours, just go out. It just falls on its belly, and it's just trying to sort of get back up, and it just keeps sliding out at the moment.
I have something else I'd like to do through the window.
Yep.
I want to coat one of my daggers with the poison that I have, and I want to throw the dagger at it through the window. See if I can poison it.
Sure. Alright. Make an attack roll.
I stand on the
hold on.
sidelines encouraging.
Yeah, now you make an attack roll. Now, the hound has fallen prone, and the prone rules is ranged attacks have disadvantage. So if you still want,
Really?
Yes, if you still want to make the attack on him, you can go for it. Now, you would typically have advantage because you are attacking from an unknown location, which gives you advantage. So at the moment, this is just a straight roll. So no sneak attack.
Oh, I get you. Alright, well, since it's a straight roll, then yeah, I'll try to do.
Sure.
So is that the scenario where his advantage is being countered by disadvantage, so it's one roll instead of two?
Correct.
14.
14. That just misses. You fire it off and it just whizzes straight over the top. Just barely
What a waste of
scraping
my
by.
poison.
And the dagger just, ting, 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 and just skittles across the floor. With that, however, I'll get you guys to roll initiation.
Oh, I'm still clapping.
20, not natural.
2 seconds. So I was just trying to build a quick map for you guys.
15.
17.
So in my head, he's inside the guardhouse or whatever it's
The
called.
dog
Sorry,
is inside
16.
the guardhouse,
Minus one.
correct. So, Jug was 16.
Yep.
Left note, 17. Is that right?
I think Lefner was 15.
15?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, Ron was 20.
20. What'd you get, Dodrick?
14.
14.
No, you have determined that the fire dog hasn't lit up the grease on fire, making
It
it
is
even
not on
more
fire. I cannot see anything to say that grease is flammable at this point, so...
sweet.
And I don't think typical grease is flammable, is it? It's a bit of a
Oh,
retardant.
yes.
Oil is flammable, but I didn't think grease was.
Wow.
Hold on, let me just...
Surely it would say if it was.
Science.
I don't know, working at Macca's.
There's actually a D&D 5e. The grease may indeed be flammable, but it's not so specially flammable as to cause significant fire damage if it were. So, no. For this case, it's not going to be.
Yay.
Now, give me 2 seconds. I just want to quickly grab your tokens and then I'll give you the map.
So did you guys all get hail the
Yeah.
last few days?
Yeah, we did.
It was awesome.
No, just a fuck ton of wind on my side.
We had a tree go down in our backyard. It was awesome. Got to chainsaw it. Love chainsawing.
Hey, Dean,
Yeah.
how's your dog going to get us through the wall?
Hey?
How's your dog going to get us through the wall?
He has his tricks.
It'll be some fucking wizard teleporting fucking dog and we're all about to die.
We'll jump through the fucking window and take you with it.
Uh, where was it? Alright, now. Well, to save time, I'll find another token. The fat rat is your guard buddy as well for this fight.
Alright. We're gonna call him Ratty.
Ready?
Shouldn't Dodrick kind of be in the wall right now? Kind of in the window, on the wall, up there. Oh, can't
Except
see
you
him.
can't see. I'm invisible.
So would we say the rat knows we're there? Or the dog, not rat, sorry.
Yes.
How does it know, darling?
Yeah,
well, it
just
knows
had a-
that something's up. When it's its turn, it will do a perception check.
There's baddies in there, guys.
No, that's the
Corpses?
The night.
one
guard.
up on the side. I'm trying to find a couple of corpses as well, but I'll do that as if you guys tell me what you're doing. It
Imagine
is-
you have time to set up some sort of illusion or for you guys to hide, because it shouldn't know that you're there. And then you can get surprise on it.
Chug
Yeah.
throws the savage wand through the window.
Would that work, Darty? If we all, obviously there'd be things around we can all hide behind under, so when it comes around, we all go, "Brah!" and murder it.
Yeah, you can certainly try it.
Because I know initiation's already been done, so surprise rounds
Yes.
don't count.
Yeah, surprise. Oh, yeah. Dodric's attack with the dagger was effectively the surprise round. Yes, at this moment. Sorry, you go.
Does the hound know that we're all there, or does it just know that the dagger got thrown at it from the window?
Got thrown, yeah. It knows the dagger got thrown. So something has. It knows that something is nearby. Now it is currently prone on the ground.
So around where I'm pinging it at the moment, are there any obstacles or anything there?
For this, no. It's just clean. Are you looking for something to hide behind?
Nah, I'm looking for some way, like, if there was like a dugout or something, if we cast a minor illusion over the top of it, so it comes bolting around the corner, puts its ankle in there, snaps its ankle and dies.
This town has plenty of trees and shrubs growing around the buildings. It would be safe to say there would be a few trees and such that are nesting against this. But in terms of like dugouts or ditches or holes or anything like that, no, the ground's mostly flat.
Alright. I put my staff away and pull out my shitty crossbow.
Alright.
And yeah, I moved my dude so he's kind of up the back a bit because we know he's going to come rocking around that corner at some point. And I don't want to be his meat.
Sure. So you're just waiting for him to come around?
Well, I am. I don't know what the other guys are doing.
Alright. So you ready your crossbow bolt. Then, Chuck, you're up next.
Is the room with the hound, is that at ground level or is that higher than we are?
It's slightly higher, but for this, it's mostly ground level. Like, you're walking up into a raised building, maybe half a foot to a foot higher.
Alright. So I could technically swing and attack something hanging in the window if I wanted.
Yes, but it would be difficult. You have the windows are effectively slits to shoot arrows and such through, so not a lot of room to swing a sword unless you're sort of coming, as a stabbing virtually straight down underneath. You could maybe fit a sword and arm through.
Out of the window.
Even like looking at this hound, his head is quite big and would struggle to get through one of the window slits.
Okay. I'll stand near it and I will cast Bless on us, or Dodric left.
Okay.
Bless?
Yeah.
Is that like a +6 dice roll or something?
It's up to 3 creatures, so that's you 3. Whenever a target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends, the target can roll a d4 to add that number to the rolled attack. Roll or save.
So like a d20.
Yeah, so it's a d4 that adds to your attack roll or saving.
Sorry, so you can have up to a 24 just from the die if you roll the perfect 20 and before.
And that lasts a minute.
Pretty good.
Now
alright.
I'm going to.
Are you moving at all?
I moved a little bit closer to the side of the building, and just as my 3 action, I ready my maul.
Sure. Alright, left, you're next.
Okay. So I'm just going to move a little bit.
Yep.
Just position myself up, rotate a bit so I'm facing the door, and I will ready an Eldritch Blast if I can.
Sure.
If he decides to come bolting out of the front door, or if any cultists sort of come around to the side to see what the hell's going on.
Yep. Alright, next. Dodric, you were next.
I'm going to use my mage hand to grab the poison dagger that I missed before, and I want to pull it back to me and
Was that you rolling dice, Daddy?
Maybe.
Oh,
Sorry, Dodek, say it again.
So I want to use my mage hand to retrieve that poison.
Yep. Sure. That's
Now,
fair.
my distance above the ground, because I'm next to the window, how high is it?
Well, you've got your boots, so you can effectively walk up and look through it anyway, which is why I didn't worry.
I'm
about
wondering
But
if the hellhound came out, would it be able to like jump
and sort of stick its head. Well, I've already said that it's hard. It would be very difficult, if not impossible, for the hellhound to stick its head through these slitted windows. So from where you are, you feel pretty secure. As for retrieving your dagger, yes. What's the range on the mage hand?
it can move 30 feet. Let me just read it. So it appears at a floating point you choose within range. Its range is 30 feet, and then it can move 30 feet.
How far away can it move from you? Does it say that?
I can make it appear 30 feet from me.
Yeah.
And then it can move 30 feet after it's appeared.
Hit it in the head like a boomerang.
Yeah, but is there like a leash range? Does it say that the mage hand disappears if it gets so far away from you or anything like that?
No.
No?
But
Okay.
the max theoretical range would be 60.
Yep.
Oh no, wait, you're right. The hand vanishes if it is more than 30 feet away from you, or if you cast this spell.
Yeah.
So 30 feet's the max range.
Yeah. So your dagger would be around here. I'm going to say this space here.
Okay. Well, in that case, what else is in that room with the hellhound?
A wounded card.
To properly check, you would have to spend your action to have a good look. At a glance, you
Let's do
see.
that.
You want to
Use
do
your
that?
mage to pat the doggy.
You see a couple of swords laying littered on the ground. You see the soldier or the town guardsman up the back, the far where he's already there. You see a second one now laying. You didn't see him before, but he's laying up against the pillar, facing away. And there are two bodies, one underneath this particular hellhound, or underneath him, and there's another one sort of littered there as well.
Any objects like on the roof, e.g. like a chandelier type thing? Are there any barrels? Might be stacked high.
There is a
something that
light
could
chandelier at the top, quite a large metal one. It's quite extravagant for what it is. But no, as this is the foyer, this is actually kept rather clean, this particular space.
Cool. Well, I don't really want to move, so I think that'll be my go.
Okay. Right. The hound is going to attempt to stand up. And it does so. And it carefully walks. You see the hound sort of gets to its feet carefully as it keeps its balance, and then you sort of see it. And you just hear it growl, and then it's going to move as quick as it can upwards, which is the first part is difficult terrain, so it's actually not going to get very far. It spends half of its movement getting up, spends half of its movement again moving over the difficult terrain, so it only gets to about there. But as it gets off the difficult terrain and starts to leg it, it's moving quick. Like those last 5-10 feet, it is moving incredibly fast. We are back to One. Chilton.
I don't know what to do. Nothing's changed for me. So would I be aware of any of that? Or I'm just sitting here like nervous as shit here and shit.
You would no. You would from your distance and looking through the slitted windows, it'd be hard to see, especially with the angle. It'd be hard to sort of see the hound get up and move. You certainly heard the growl, but
Yeah. I hunker down, keeping an eye on Dodrick and the corner, just preparing everything for if it all goes down and have my crossbow.
sure. I should also say the guardsman sort of looking a little bit worried. But he doesn't advance. He sort of just waits to see what's going on. And he just asks, "Is it still there?" And that happened before your turn. So I've got to put him in the list. Next is Joe.
Did I see it move through the window? Am I tall enough?
You would be tall enough to have seen it move. Yes.
Alright, well I'm just gonna run my 30 feet. And I will use my action to just ready up. So I'm sort of standing near the side of the fort, ready to swing.
Sure. Left, I think. James? Is he chatting? Yeah. Sorry, your turn, Lefter.
Sorry. Yeah, it was bloody. Okay. There hasn't been anyone else approach or anything like that.
Not that you've seen yet.
Okay. Well, that hound is moving pretty fast, so I think I might just stay at the ready with my Eldritch Blood. But I don't think that it's smart to do anything else at this point in time.
Sure. Dodrick, your turn.
Are there any trees
I
around?
missed Chuck. Sorry, I didn't miss. You've read your swing.
No, I moved.
No, you're good. There are a couple of trees. Yes. I will. Yeah. So that'd be the tree trunks. You could assume that you could move either side, or to hide behind it. It's rough. Don't take the squares for gospel.
So I've just checking, got a nice clear sight to that whole corner area, yeah? Like I'd imagine
Yes,
when I set up, I
you
would
have
have
clear
been like,
sight to see anything that comes around that corner. Yeah.
oh, with the tree there, can I imagine myself just kind of half poking up behind the tree?
Yep.
'Cause that's what I would have done.
That's fine. Got it.
So I can't fit through that window, can I?
You, being your size, could squeeze through it. It would be an effort to get through it.
I'd like to stealthily squeeze through the window.
Okay. I'll allow you to go through. This will use your action to go through it, though, just with the careful precision to get through. So if you want to still do that, you can roll a stealth check.
Yep. 21.
21. You carefully make your way through the window and back onto the other side.
How tall's the roof?
The roof, it's actually pretty tall. You're probably looking, 15 and 20 feet tall. 15 foot tall.
Okay. And I've got 30 feet of movement still.
Yes. Yeah.
Sorry, I'd like to move my max distance along the roof.
Sure. So you would be 15 foot up and then 15 foot across the roof.
Right. It's about there.
Yep.
And emphasis on quietly.
The hound is going to come bounding around outside the door and around. As it comes racing around, any of you guys who had prepared actions, you can now spend those.
Yeah. I don't know who gets to go first.
Well, if you
If you want to do
first.
it, Lefner would actually see
Oh.
it first, then one, then Chuck. If you want to do it all in order.
I got a 22 to hit on my Eldritch Blast.
That hits, roll damage.
Five.
Nice. Eldritch Blast fly out of your hand and strikes the shoulder of the hellhound. Oh, yeah, the hellhound as he comes bounding through. Seems unperturbed by the damage. However, one, you can fire off yours.
12 plus 4, 16 to hit.
That hits, roll damage.
Yeah, 2 plus 2, 4.
Off the crossbow bolt flies, and again it just sort of sticks into the back of the hellhound. Chug, you can now swing yours.
I got a 24.
That certainly hits. Roll damage.
Stupid non-crit. And I shall also use Divine Smite if I can, because it's just on attack.
I no, because this is actually not in your turn. So
Okay. It says when you hit with a melee weapon attack.
but it's your bonus action, isn't it? Because right now
Oh,
you
it
haven't
was
got a
a-
bonus action.
Pros are ready up, preparedness.
Uh,
Oh wait.
I don't think you can use bonus actions on reactions.
No worries. What do I do? Damage wise, 2d6. 4, 3 plus 3. That's 10.
10 damage. Thud as you drop your maul straight into the side of it, and you strike the hellhound. You just sort of send him just a little bit to the side, and he comes back onto all four, growls, and then fire just wafts out of its mouth. Now it is a 15-foot cone. So it's actually going to angle its breath and hit both Chug and Lepna.
Who has immune to fire?
So what do we do?
So
Dying.
if you both can make a dexterity saving throw, please. Just some less
16.
dice.
16.
Chug, what'd you get?
14.
14. You both pass the saving throw
Yay.
and take 9 points of fire damage each
Okay.
as the hound breathes this fire.
I can't
already.
take that again.
Are we on fire?
No,
No.
don't give him ideas.
It doesn't say. So no. Previously, other monsters have said in the attack that they get set on fire. This one does not. So no, you're okay.
That's a terrible fire breath.
Give it 19 points if you roll a 11 or lower. That is the hound's turn. So it is back to 1.
So it's a hound. I would like to cast.
It is a basically I'm using Hellhound, and that is actually its proper monster name. But to you guys, you're seeing this very muscly yet sort of semi-lanky dog-like creature. It's very sort of solid at the front and very lean at the back, and inside its mouth it's glowing orange and yellow, and its sort of its chest area as well is just glowing with orange light. Yeah.
I cast Phantasmal Force,
Mhm.
and as far as it's concerned, heaven is opening up above it, and divine light is streaming into it. Divine light cooling it. As I believe it's kind of a demon. So my aim is overwhelm it with divine light. Essentially, it doesn't see the source, but it can just see light coming at it. Yeah.
Okay.
You now get to save.
What am I saving?
Int
It
14.
fails.
Yeah. 1d6 damage.
So you would say this light is burning it?
Nah, reverse burning. It's soothing its flames with its divine healing. Not healing, but it's not divine wrath. It's the good part of divine. I only 1 damage.
Wait, so the heavens has opened up, and God literally just pulled out his cock and had a piss on the thing, and that's it.
Oh no. So as far as the target now is concerned, while this target is affected by the spell, the target treats the phantasm as if it was real. The target rationalizes any logical outcomes. A target, pretty much it thinks that it's now had a divine thing open up in front of it, and it's just because it's come around that corner as far as it knows. And it's so convinced that it can take damage from it until I lose concentration, essentially. So it's as if heaven has literally opened up in front of it, and it'll slowly trickle damage. And
True.
it includes sound, temperature, and other stimuli, only evident to the creature. So it's fully convinced that heaven has just opened up in front of it.
I'm going to let you answer this. If you create an illusion that would typically not bother it, per se, let's say that you guessed that, you're targeting a fish and you create water. Alright. How would the fish then react? Would it just ignore it?
Well, if a fish saw water, it'd be like, oh, sweet, I can swim there.
Yeah.
Swim into it and die.
Yeah, okay. I
Surely it
just
should
wanted to sort of know how that sort of works.
Because it's holy damage, shouldn't it be taking 2 damage instead of 1?
The damage isn't actually that kind of damage. It just thinks it is.
Okay.
Even if it was. So it's, I don't know what type of damage. It's psychic damage, if that matters.
Yeah, it's psychic damage, but to the creature it would think that it's radiant damage.
Yeah.
That's cool. Alright. Next is Chuck.
I want to hit it, but I only have 7 health. And I don't have relentless thingy. I don't want to die.
Heal yourself.
Disengage.
Yeah, might have to. Yes, I will disengage. Where do I run to? How far do I disengage? Doubles your movement, or is it just a movement?
Disengage. So you get disengaged, you spend your action to then move away. You've got your full movement. You're not penalised by your movement, but you do not grant attacks of opportunity.
Okay, I go stand by this back tree. And that is my turn.
By the way, Fuzzy, Apples has pointed out that your Divine Smite is not a bonus action, it is just something to do. So if you want to roll that damage and spend one of your spell slots for your previous attack, you can do so.
Okay. I wish to.
Before the runaway.
Yeah, I thought Divine Smite was one of your spells that you picked. I didn't realise it's actually a class ability. So, apologies.
I get to do 2d8 radiant damage. First is a 1. Fuck. And the next one is 8, so 9 radiant damage.
Nice.
Radiant!
So in your previous attack, yeah, mace glowed white and whack, crack, and just sort of this white explosion as you hit. This time, you're safely moved away. Left now, it's your turn.
Okay, I've been wanting to do this for a while and we've never had an opportunity, so here we go.
Okay.
I take 2 steps so that I'm directly in front of the Hellhound.
Yeah.
And then I bring my... What am I got? I got a quarterstaff and my hand together. And I slam them down on the ground in front of me and I cast... What is it called? I cast Thunderwave.
Okay.
You meant to say you shall not pass first.
I've never seen that movie in this dimension. So the action will just be enough. So the dude must make a Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
He's got no constitution, he's a demon.
Ooh, you got a 14.
It says Con 13 here. I don't know what that.
So he would pass.
Well, that sucks. That God damn. Okay, well that kind of stuffs up my next move. But anyway, what do? You take so on a failed save, creature takes 2d8 thunder damage and is pushed 10 feet away. On a successful save, takes half as much and isn't pushed.
Okay.
2d8, half of 13, 6.
6. Nice. So yeah, you slam your staff down and boom! This huge sonic explosion erupts from you. The trees and bushes near you just all sort of blown away. There's little small bits of debris sort of scatter and are thrown back. Now, is it all people? Each creature in a 15-foot?
Yeah, each creature in a 15-foot radius. So all the allies are...
Yep. Cool.
Also, did our guard friend do a turn last
turn? He's sort of just standing back at the moment. He's taking it easy.
His turn was to do nothing.
But because he's still grievously wounded, he's a bit tempted to sort of get in there.
But don't forget that you 3 are all blessed, so your attack rolls you can...
Oh, damn.
Oh, shit. What does that do? Give me a link. Fuck.
Oh, yeah, I had one...
You guys have hit your attacks anyway.
Yeah.
So you're all...
Well, except for me.
No, that wouldn't have affected yours because he rolled the save.
Yeah, I know. And now I'm thinking of what I'm going to do is instead, so I don't die, I'm going to Misty Step as my bonus action.
Sure.
I need to work out how far.
Wait, that's not how it works. We can't cast the spell and another bonus spell.
Correct. If you cast a bonus spell, your other spell must be a cantrip.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, yeah. I'm gonna undo.
Sorry.
Otherwise, I would have gone different spells, and I'd be like a fucking wizard. Not a bard.
Handy to know. Okay. Then in that case, can I ready Misty Step as something? Or would that not be allowed?
Because you already used your action, like readying is basically spending your action to make a reaction.
Okay.
That isn't like you can also have a reaction for other effects. if you've got abilities and such like that. But to ready an action, like I'm going to fire an Eldritch Blast at the first thing that comes around the corner, that is effectively spending your action to hold it for later.
Got it. Okay. Well, I'm going to be a true Gandalf, and I'm going to stay there. But I will be a body block to keep the illusion going, and to keep Chug alive a bit longer.
Sure. Dodrick, you're up.
Whereabouts are the windows in this building?
There's about one every 10 feet away. So,
Pretty common then.
yes.
So all around the Hellhound there'd be some.
So, like at this sort of interval.
So there'd be one like right there.
Yes.
Alright, I'm going to use my bonus action to
The dash.
to dash using my bonus action. I'm going to slip through the window to be like about here.
Sure. Cool. Now, likewise, when you were going through the window before, you'd be spending your action to come back through.
Yeah.
Yep.
And yeah, how do you feel about how the Hellhound? Do you think it would see me or know that I'm
You'll have to wait and see.
right?
You would be sort of jumping over the top of it.
Yeah, I think I want to like take like a high point on the wall, so like I'm above it. Try to not be obvious, at least.
Yeah. I'll get you to roll a stealth check just as you're trying. So we'll say that your action is doing this. This is being done regardless of the stealth check here. You're committing to this.
Yeah,
Yep. All right. What'd you get?
I got 19.
19. You slip in through the window and jump over the back of it, and you carefully watch the Hellhound as you do so, and it doesn't appear to give off any sense that it has seen you.
Cool.
Next, the Hellhound is going to lunge at Lefner and make a bite. Now that the hound is it's moving a bit slower now. Doesn't look as keen. And it makes a 22 to hit.
Is this on me?
This is on you, yep.
Yeah, misses, man. I'm too strong.
Where is my... There it is. So... There is 6 piercing damage and 9 fire damage as it bites into your leg. You just feel a searing pain as the jaws just latch down onto your leg, singes your cloth, and it starts to burn. Doesn't catch on fire, but you can see where the cloth and such is burning away. And it sort of cauterizes the wound as well as it sort of bites into you.
Nice. Meat shield work, boys. That's so good.
I'll get you to make a strength check as well, please.
Oh, come on. Can I add the blessed die to this? I'm not going to because it was a terrible roll. I got a 4.
So the blessed die is adding 4.
No, the blessed die is not being used.
Okay.
my strength roll is
No, you get to
terrible.
do it on all of it. It's not just a charge. You're blessed for a minute, so everything that you do has the +4 die.
Oh, cool.
Yeah,
All right.
really cool ability.
It's only on attack and saving throws, though.
Is this a strength?
This would be a strength saving throw as it attempts to grapple you.
Okay.
Okay. Well, a 6 in total.
6. The hound bites into your leg, and you just feel both feet just come out from underneath you as it begins to shake and sort of pull you down. You are now prone.
No, Lefner is a chew toy.
Oh yeah.
The guard gives a bit of a yelp, but he sees you guys trying, and he's actually going to leap into action this time, and he's going to attempt to rush to Lefner's aid. doesn't quite get there. Yeah. So next it's Juan's turn.
So my spell's still going, so 1d6.
Yep.
2 damage.
Okay.
How long does it last? It lasts up to a minute, so yeah. And then I cast Vicious Mockery. I say, hey, the Queen's corgis look bigger than you little bitch. And he does a 14 Wisdom save.
Gets a 9.
He is offended, and he takes 1d4 damage. 2 damage.
2.
And he's got disadvantage on his next attack roll
Alright.
before the end of its next turn.
Could have been useful last time.
You just hear, as he's sort of biting into Lefton's leg, you just hear as you've offended it, and it's growling back at you. Chug, that's it.
Alright. He's weakened. Do I run back into the fight, or... How much health do you have left?
I have 3 pieces of pizza left.
Well, he's going to be flanked from Dodd. If I move there, is he going to be within my swinging range?
You still got to get within the 5 foot. Your weapon doesn't give you reach.
Damn it.
It is sounding worse for wear though. There's not many physical scars on him, aside from when you belted him with your hammer earlier. But you can just hear some very heavy, deep, slow breathing. It looks like it's struggling to keep up with you all.
Can
It's not going to be happy after I stab it.
I'm going to move forward 15 feet.
Yep.
And I'm going to take the disadvantage and just throw my short sword at him.
Alright. Roll attack with this. Now, can you throw? I'll let you do it. I'll look it up. I think to throw a weapon, it needs to have the thrown property, and I'm not sure if a short sword has that property, so whether or not it can be effectively thrown. But for this, I'll let it go, but I'll look it up after the game.
What do I get for the plus to hit? Is that still the same?
Yeah, just use your attack plus on that.
Short sword doesn't have the thrown property.
Yeah, so whether or not you can still throw it or not, I'm not sure. So perhaps if you throw it, it counts as an improvised weapon in this case. But for this, it can just do its normal damage, and I'll clear it up later on.
Well, I got a 13 and 12.
13 and 12. So you let your short sword fly and just clang, and it just hits the wall above the hound, and it misses.
Stab him, Lefner.
I'll stab him from prone. I'll just poke his feet out.
Lefner, it's your turn. You are currently grappled. I will quickly read you what grappled means. So your speed is 0.
Yep.
Do not benefit from speed bonuses. And you can break your grapple by using an action and beating your opponent with a strength check.
Can I Misty Step away?
I think you can, but you would take the hound with you.
Really? Briefly surrounded by a silvery mist, you teleport up to 30 feet to an unoccupied space that you can see. I know it doesn't raise me up from being prone, but would it pull me out of the grapple?
Hold on.
teleport you both up into the air, and I'll heal you when you die from missing out.
Yeah, I'll make it take, what is it, 20 d6s.
On
That seems
D&D
OP.
Beyond,
It says that you
The
can. Yes,
grapple-
it's a great way to escape grapple. Yes, you can do that.
Alright, I do that. Thank you for not letting me do it last time. So in terms of where I grapple, I'm going to, hang on, 30. Alright, so I'll just grapple straight back.
Sure.
And since, if not grapple, I'll Misty Step straight back. And since that is a bonus action, can I do a cantrip?
Yes.
Alright, well then I will, was the grapple, did it have me prone as well?
It did have you prone,
Okay.
so.
Can I cast from? Oh, well, I can stand upright because I still have movement.
With
Yeah.
Misty Step, I would say that you'd be able to teleport to an upright position.
Okay.
I would think so. You'd have control about how you would appear at the other side, so I would think that would be the case.
I was doing some reading on it, and they said some people said it's up to the DM most cases, but generally they don't do what the spell doesn't say. If you allow it, happy days. All right, then I'll Eldritch Blast it right in the face.
Sure. Throw an attack.
And I get to add a D4, right? We're still
Correct,
blessed.
to the attack roll. Yep.
On your attack roll.
Alright, so 14 plus 5, 19.
19. That hits. Roll damage.
8.
8 damage. So I'm gonna narrate this in a bit of a funny way. You fire. You blink away to upright position, then bang! You know, almost Kamehameha sort of style. This Eldritch Blast out of your hand. And you can see Dodrick behind the Hellhound. He's got both daggers up, ready to lunge forward, and he comes down right as you blast the face of the Hellhound with it, and it just explodes into fire, and he goes and just misses it. Comes through nothing. It's just ash.
Fuck, Dodrick, how'd you do that?
It's about to make my move.
Cool. Combat's over. You've defeated the fiery dog. Your companion guard is also sort of running up, and he's just sort of a little taken aback. He thought Lefner was a bit sort of gone for, and then blink, and the fight completely turned around. It's like, oh, you guys are awesome. Quick, we need to get inside. Now, when he starts to leg it, and he moves around, and then comes in. So, up to you guys if you want to follow, of course.
Joke picks up his short sword and then follows.
I quickly check the ground for fat loot, or even tiny loot. I'm good with any loot, but then continue on if there is none. I assume magical crystals that power the demon.
I have a healing potion. Should I drink it? I'm currently very worse for wear.
Depends how this goes. I can pop 2 big heals if we need them. Oh, and I've got the wizard orb, so I can chuck another orb if we don't get there.
Well,
Another spell. So.
Chug is looking a bit bleedy, so I might just pop it because I've had this for so many sessions. Might as well just use it.
Alright, roll the healing amount.
Okay. Whoops, I was meant to do 2. 5 plus something. 5 plus 2, so 7.
7? Cool.
I'm going to lay on hands myself, which is only 5.
Don't forget, we can short rest for heals.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Alright. Well, now that I'm feeling a bit healthier, I'll start to move inside or around.
Okay. So as you guys start to make your way around to the front of the building, you see 2 cloaked figures, one in the right-hand side doorway, and one at the floor of the opening to the guardhouse. Both wearing the familiar cloaked cultist wear, and they're lying deceased in pools of blood. When you make your way inside, the guard has run over to one of the other guards who is slumped up against the pillar on the right hand side at the front. The one that's slumped down the ground is looking really shocking. In fact, whoever's first to go through the building, I'll get you to make a medicine check.
Me? $18.
18. He has several lacerations in his chest area, on his neck, and blood is just pumping and running down quickly, and you can see that he's going in and out of consciousness. Is incredibly, on the verge of death. The one up at the back of the building is looking slightly better, but is mostly incapacitated, he's exhausted, can't move, and he has blood and such sort of gushing down the front of him as well. And you just see, he goes, help, help, please. And the guard sort of bends down and he starts tending to his neck and trying to wipe the blood up and such like that.
Do you guys want me to burn a spell into it? I've got a few heals left.
I think keep him alive.
Yeah, I've got one spell slot, so I can do one cure wound.
No, it's all good. I'll burn it. I grab the wizard orb and burn its spell slot. When does it get its charge back?
Daily, I thought.
Daily at dawn, I think.
Yeah. But if you use 2, you don't use it ever again.
Yeah. Alright, cool. And I cast Cure Wounds for free. And it's a 1d8 plus 4. So 7 plus 4, 11. Biggest heal I've ever done. Congrats.
Nice. So you run up to the one at the pillar there, lean down and touch him, and you heal up his wounds. And the wounds seize up on the neck, and they close up across the chest, and you just hear the change in his breath. You had that real like, and then suddenly when you heal, it goes, and everything's sort of working. Oh, thank you, thank you. He goes, can you help? My companion out behind me as well, and he sort of gets up and stands to his feet. Like the recovery is almost instantaneous.
I'll use lay on hands on that one. And I shall heal him 5.
Sure. You walk up and again you lean down. Is lay on hands a ranged spell or is that touch?
Touch.
I'm assuming it's touch by the name of the spell. But we played WoW, so you never know. You're in
Rules are
and
broken.
yeah, you touch him and you close off his wounds as well. He gets up, also very grateful. Thank you, thank you.
I'm gonna loot this cultist. Have a rummage around.
Was there any loot on the Hellhound? Or was it just
Bondi's
a fire?
dagger.
Hey, you can go back and have a look if you'd like.
I said as we were going past and I wanted to.
Oh, okay. No, the Hellhound sort of just explodes into a plume of ash and smoke and doesn't leave much of a trail. You remember this the first time that you fought it at the bottom of the manor? You guys remember that you fought a very similar beast and it had the same thing once you defeated it as well. It sort of exploded into a plume of ash and just disintegrated before your eyes.
Not even a gold-plated collar.
Lefter, you find 17 gold, 36 silver, and 11 copper across both of the cultists there. Or you just
Can I get the values again, please?
17 gold, 36 silver, and 11 copper. I think that's what I said.
Okay. Cool. Nothing else of note, just the usual signet ring.
Yes, the typical uniforms and such that you guys are very familiar with by now.
Chug points out the dagger sitting on the floor.
Yeah.
I picked up my dagger.
Does it still have the poison on it?
Yes.
Does that have a duration? Or
I don't know.
Hey, Darty, did you ever say what the signet rings were made of?
I
What are they
think I
called?
did. They're more like a little silver sort of ring. They're not gold.
I looped all the rings.
Huh? You got 2 signet rings.
1 minute duration.
okay. Could we wear a robe over armor?
Darty,
Yeah.
could we wear the robes over the armor?
Yes. They're big enough. There's a bit of room. Jug, actually, you would be the only one that would struggle with this, being your half-orc size, and also wearing the plate as well. The robe wouldn't be able to go over you very well, but over you other 3, yes, certainly could. Now, as you guys are sort of emerging and helping the guardsmen, you see several townsfolk emerge from the back room. The first one just sort of pipes up. Looks like a nobleman, and he sort of asks, "Are they gone?"
Yes, you should really get to the tavern.
He goes, "Oh, good. Thank you." The guard says, "No, wait. We'll see to it that you get there." The one that you originally found on the road, he turns around and says, "Thank you for coming and saving everybody here. You should know, be careful on the roads, especially the main roads. We have seen ogres carrying carts of caged people moving up and down the roads. There is also their entourage of these evil people in their cloaks, and these demons or fiends or whatever they are. We've seen burning snakes and burning dogs sort of accompanying them as well. You should be careful."
I say, so you've been great assistance to us. If we help you get the people back to the tavern, will you be able to assist us defeating these enemies?
Yes, we could certainly try. Yes, we could get back with Rebecca, and we could try and make a front against these evil people.
Do you have bigger hammer for a chug?
He looks at your hammer and he goes, "No, I'm sorry." And he just sort of pulls out his little short sword, looks like a twig next to your hammer, and he certainly looks a little bit deflated.
Do you have anything here that could assist us in the, I don't know, stock room? We've got to pull out all our guns now.
So you can certainly go and check the stock, the armory at the back of the building if you truck, but I believe everybody's sort of gone and raided it. There wouldn't be much left. All the guard have been raised to arms, and some of the townsfolk as well.
Is there a cannon Chug can carry?
No, I'm sorry, no. Though we could use such a weapon.
Chug is disappointed.
Did we have much more planned for tonight's?
Do you need to head off?
I don't need to, but I'm just feeling like it's 9:35, and I don't know. I'd rather have like an earlier night than a late.
There would be. It'd be pretty busy. In fact, if we kept going, you'd probably be on more later than earlier.
What time do you think we'd finish up?
You'd probably be getting 10:30, quarter to 11, maybe 11.
Are you guys up for that?
I'd prefer earlier. I've got to get up 5.
All right.
Yeah. Can we do next Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, I
Certainly
mean,
As a catch-up session?
Possibly.
can do that. I've got enough, prepared that we could keep this going for the next couple of weeks if you wanted.
I'll be driving back from Adelaide, so providing I get home before 8.
Alright.
Yeah.
Well, let us know. All right. Well, let's we'll end it early, and we'll next week, depending on you, Chuck. So let's do that.
Sweet.
Are
So,
you in Darwin as well?
do
Next
you want
week,
to
Apples?
do you want to conclude any more business here before we go for next week? Do you want to check the armory or whatnot?
I quickly check the armory.
All right, I'll get you to make a perception check to look around and see what you can find. Is there anything in particular you're looking for?
Daggers.
Just anything that might be of use to any of us, as like weapons, armors,
Jugglers
anything at all, considering the shit show we're in.
Can we get
I got a
helmets?
19 plus something. Give me a sec. With the wrong. It was perception, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my perception seems low. It's 19 plus 3,
All right,
so
give me a sec.
20.
Actually, gonna use percentile dice and see what you get. You have a look around. Unfortunately, it is completely cleaned out. There is almost nothing left from the usual swords and daggers. It's pretty much completely empty.
What did you roll?
Percentile dice. Have you seen those?
Yes.
I
The
haven't.
D100s. You'd have the
Chug.
set.
If Chug puts a bucket on his head, do I get 1 armor class?
You
So
do
go
get
from
one armor, but
17
you're
to
also
18?
blinded and have disadvantage on all attacks.
Ah, I can get
You have
holes.
to do it.
So I'm sure you can see. But you got a 12. So that's pretty
Oh,
good.
okay.
Is
I-
the place with Rebecca's office?
Hey?
This was the place where Rebecca had an
Yeah,
office.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, Rebecca's office is here.
I want to rummage through the office.
Alright. Are you looking for anything in particular?
Anything of value?
Anything of value? Alright.
Doc.
I'll get you
Look for some healing potions while you're up there.
I'll get you to roll perception as you look through it.
22.
22. You like rip through her office. You're just pulling stuff out, leaving it all on the floor because times are wasted. And as you're ripping through stuff, you find a small leather case on one of her shelves, which is actually hidden behind some papers and such. You pull it out, and it contains. You open it up, and inside, very neatly, are 3 vials of liquid tucked away. 2 are red, and 1 is like a greeny sort of color.
Can I identify these?
You can, but we'll leave that till next week so I can actually have a look and find out and see if I can find something cool to give you guys. So I can't think of anything off the top of my head.
2 are tomato soup. The green one is pea soup.
Pumpkin, tomato,
Concentrate.
pumpkin
You
soup.
just stolen Rebecca's lunch.
God, to Bundy.
We've got to
No
eat.
limit.
You would identify 2 as being healing potions. The third one, you have a brief taste, but you're unable to discern at this moment.
Now he's diseased.
You feel sick. Alright, anything else you want to do here? Oh, I meant to mention. No, I'll let it go now. No, I'll fix that later. Alright.
What is
Can't leave
it?
us hanging.
No. I'm not doing it now because I changed everything that you guys just done. I forgot about the detail you're supposed to find. That's alright, I'll rewrite it and I'll make it better later. Whoops.
Oh look, we tripped and fell onto a magic sword. The floor caved in and we found a magic trough of loot.
There was a rug in the center.
Apples,
No, hey, evacuate.
the shade that Devay was throwing at you, Apples, was she's asking you to make sure you check for carpets. I told her about the rug epidemic, and she thinks it's hilarious.
Stupid. It's the worst. I nearly fucking died.
Alright, cool. We'll leave it here. We'll come back in next week. Give it another go there.
I was gonna do something a lot cool on that Hellhound. I thought he wasn't gonna do Fire Breath on the on that first, and if he wasn't, then I was gonna ready up Control Flames in anticipation. just to see if I could, make it disadvantage or I don't lower its cone of effect or something.
If you did that, I would be saying you can prevent the flames in a single 5-foot square.
Okay. Yeah, because it is a 5-foot cube. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
So you could shield someone from getting hit. I would have thought that'd be pretty cool. But
Could you have used that on its mouth? Therefore, it wouldn't have actually gone out in any.
Yeah, the 5-foot cube is its mouth.
stop it from coming out? Maybe you guys got to be you got to come up with that. You tell me what you want to do. If you make it sound convincing, I'll most likely allow it. So you come up with some cool ways to use your spells. Go for it. That's in the fun, isn't it?
Well, that's why I thought the Misty Step to get out of grapple should be, pretty straightforward. But cool.
Yeah, well, it comes up and says, Misty Step's a great way to get out of grapples and those sorts of situations. So, and like with Chug throwing his short sword, like I'll just go with it this session if I'm not confident about the ruling, and I'll look it up later. I think you'll find, Chug, that the sword would act as an improvised weapon. Yep. So you would do I think it's 1d4 damage as you hurl like a rock or something like that. Like it would be pretty much similar. On a natural 20, maybe I'd say, all right, the pointy end got stuck in. But otherwise, you just sort of getting hit with a blunt weapon that could maybe cut you as it sort of slams uncontrollably up against you. So.
Also,
I was concerned you were going to make it explode fire damage like everything else that's been fire. Death.
No. These guys don't make you catch on fire.
We didn't know that.
Hey, Jonah, you know how you were saying that you're setting up an internal cloud?
We are a cloud provider, yes.
Yeah. How do you feel that, government's just allowed AWS everywhere?
Yeah, we've been talking about. So regardless of government allowing AWS everywhere, which is already a case, they're just trying to strike a deal to make it. There is going to be a number of legislations coming out in the near future about sovereignty and about where the company ownership, and because AWS is an American company, it's going to cause some problems with that.
I love our government. Hey, let's do this cool stuff. Oh, no.
Yeah. There was an article today saying that Germany has, or this state in Germany has banned Office 365 and Windows 10 for use in all of its schools due to the fact Azure is subject to the Patriot Act, and because they won't disclose details of what the telemetry does in O365, and because they won't disclose what is actually being gathered by the telemetry stats, they are just assuming that they are raking all words and everything from email headers and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, that's fair enough.
Nice. Yeah, we just all got certified at work, or we're all working on getting it for AWS, and we're seeing all that. I'm like, wee, government job.
Don't worry, we have to deal with a lot of people saying, "Oh, you should be good, otherwise we'll just go to AWS." And we say, "Go to AWS. You're not our target audience anyway if you're pulling that."
Oh, all right, I'm going to bed.
No worries.
See you.
Just one thing before you go, Avos. I'll say, just thinking, you guys, you know that you're in a bit of a war zone at the moment. There's a few battles breaking out. You fought one thing, and it's about 4:30 in the morning. So you've got the whole day sort of still to potentially come.
To the tavern!
To the tavern and drink.
Hey, I have a pint and let it all blow it.
Yeah, we need some healing beers.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, because I'm going to run out of spell slots before the next session if it continues at this rate. So we're fucked. Oh yeah, you burnt like most, if not all, of your lay on hands.
I've only got, well, lay on hands doesn't, that's 20. I've got one spell slot left, and I could do a heal if I had.
Yeah, I think I'm down to like 2 or 3 spell slots. but they're all shitty ones. So
At the moment, a heal's more important to us than bloody a super big hit, if it.
It's gonna be fun.
yep. Cool.
We're all
All
gonna
right,
die.
I'll catch you.
Alright, catch you later.
We're not gonna make it to level 5.
Okay.
Oh, you finally got it.
Yeah, I just ordered 2 more.
Cool. You like it?
Yeah, it's very cute. So funny. I'll show you.
That's cool.
I just ordered a smaller size one. So
Yeah.
it's the same material, filler material.
So quiet.
I've still got the camera going, so
That's because Daddy muted us all.
I'm just saying.
He muted himself. Now I can't hear
Same
Kelly
material,
banging
but
around in the
smaller,
kitchen.
'cause I want it for when I go half up and half down.
Yeah.
And then she also does another one with just a bow that
Yeah.
goes on this.
Yeah.
So you can just undo the bow and put it on any hair tie.
Yeah.
So you just have your hair done up, but then you have the big bunny
I
ears
got a new
and
game
the
last week.
That's cool.
So I spent another whole
What was that?
$7.
I got a new board game.
She's like, no,
Lords
just
of
take my
Hellas.
time for the other one. I was like,
Ooh, what's it about?
It's like a territory control game, so it's a little bit like Risk, but there's a lot more. So you have your army, you have a hero, and he has stats, and the stats sort of dictate a little bit what you can do. So his leadership stat determines how many soldiers you can move in a turn. You've got your strength stat is how many combat cards your hero can
Yeah.
draw when you're hunting monsters, and the speed is how many spaces or